Okay, this question is all about experimental design. Experimental design, remember, is all about how we use our participants. So let's have a look at this question. So we've got name the experimental design. So I'm having a look at the STEM and I'm working out what experimental design it is. Then I'm identifying two advantages. So it's not asking me to describe them, it's not asking me to explain them, I'm just identifying them. 1, 2, so that adds up to 3. I've broken down this question. So I would start off with saying the experimental design for this study is. So let's have a look at what the experimental design actually is. So look at the study. If you have a look at this study, you will see that the participants are only being used once. Okay, they're not repeating them. They are using each participant once. If you're doing that, that means that you have an independent groups design. As long as I'm strong in my knowledge of that, I can really easily get that first mark. Again, I'm going to signpost my answers though. I'm going to get used to doing this. So the first sentence of my answer would be, the experimental design in this study is independent groups design. So I've signposted. I've said, look, I'm answering this first part. So what are some advantages of this? And there's loads of advantages to doing this. So no order effects is one. Unable to guess the aim of the study would be one. I could even say that the same task can be used in both conditions. So I can talk about those things. Now, this is 3 marks, which means that I'm getting about 4.5 minutes to answer this question. So I am going to make sure that I get these answers because I can do this. So for these, what I'm going to do is add on a this means that. Just to demonstrate to the examiner, look, I know what I'm talking about. So I probably would get my marks for these. For saying my experimental design is independent groups. I'd then say one advantage of independent groups design, again I'm taking stuff from the question, is that there are no order effects. I'll then show off a bit and say what that means for the study. And then I'd say another advantage of independent groups design is that the participants will be unable to guess the aim of the study. And again, I'm going to show off a bit, I'm going to extend it, this means that. So can you please have a go at improving your answers to this one if you didn't get full marks? And I've just left these blank to see if you can tell me what these different things mean. So have a go at that for me.